What's good, y'all? Um, so I just had a thought about how our our trauma or our traumatic experiences, and even if we're not in those traumatic experiences anymore, or even if we're not around those who cause those traumatic experiences for us, we take those on, and it becomes so hard for us to kind of move forward without kind of sort of pointing the finger at other people who kind of give us that same how can I say this? That gives us that same energy of that person or that thing that caused that experience, right? So my question was to myself and spirit was, how do I address that? Or how do I address that anxiety that I feel when those things tend to come up, or I end up getting that same energy from another person, right? Anxiety is, I have a whole nother video on anxiety, and it's definitely in the Sacred Palace Facebook page, so you can go look at that now. Join the Facebook group, and it's there. But Spirit said you cannot blame others for their behavior. You cannot blame people for that behavior that caused you that trauma. Because would you want people to blame you for the behavior that you expressed because you were hurt, right? So it's like that continued effect of hurt people, or that continued cycle of, okay, this person hurt me and this situation seems like the same thing as what hurt me in the past, so I'm going to react this way because I wish I would have reacted that way in the past, right? It's like you're reacting a certain way because you didn't do it in the past, so you have a certain reactionary it's like a reactionary it's like a triggering a reaction to a reactionary response to whatever is happening. So in a sense, it's like, oh, okay, I'm perpetuating that same response that the person in the past gave me, or the way that the person in the past acted towards me is the same way I'm acting it now. Now, most of the time we don't realize that this is what we're doing, but the only way you would know to react that way is because it's based upon someone else's personality trait or someone else's way of reacting. And the thing is, it's like a domino effect. So that reaction falls on you, your reaction falls on someone else, that next person that your reaction fell on falls on someone else, and so on and so forth. So now you are creating a domino effect adverse to responding a certain way, or responding in a new way, a way that you have created yourself, responding in a way that you have molded yourself to respond, but you're responding in a way that someone else taught you to respond by way of being that way towards you. So this is why you cannot blame others for the way they react or the way they treat you or the things that they do. Yes, you can, hold people accountable for sure. But it's another thing when you're taking that with you to the next phase in your life, where, okay, everything that happens is on them. Now your whole life, instead of you addressing yourself and your own inner demons, you're basically focused on shifting the blame somewhere else, you know? So we can't blame others, right? Because at this point in their life, at this point in our lives, or at this point right now, they're not here. So now you're basically blaming an imaginary person for everything Sorry, my video cut off. So now you're basically blaming, I'm continuing, an imaginary person for everything that is in your life except for you, instead of you taking accountability for your own life, your own responses, and your own way of being, your own way of living. For you, instead of taking accountability for you. You can say, oh, I react this way because of this person doing this to me, and now this is just how I am. Or you can say, this person no longer has power over me, so the way I'm reacting at this moment is surely on me and the way I shape myself, the things that I have learned for myself, and move forward like that. Now, if you choose to say the first one, then yes, that person still has control over the way you are appearing in your world, the way that you are responding to the world. Do you want someone to have that much control over you, that they dictate what type of relationships you can have, that they dictate what type of people you can talk to, that they dictate what types of rooms you can walk into? Because if you don't, then you have to start taking accountability for your own actions, instead of blaming someone in the past for your current actions. And if someone in the past is the reason for your current actions, then you need to look within yourself and see what part of yourself do they still have a hold of that you need to release them from. Because until that happens, your response or your perspective and perception of the world will always be in the hands of someone else. But anyways, y'all, I hope this video finds you, and I hope that it helps you with whatever part you are in your journey. Until next time, become more self-aware today so that we can live a better tomorrow for the future generations, because they are depending on us. All right, I'm out. Peace.
I finally stopped running now. With you I found my peace somehow. Let go of every thought that was holding me back. Yeah, I'm in love with you in every way. That joy you give me every day makes me forget that I was troubled before.